and welcome to the Bend Show, where you shut the tractor down, you pull that big rig over, get out of the office, and share the other parts of life with us in the outdoors, where you never know what's coming around the bend. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, aka Beck. As always, we love hearing from all of you. Comments, stories, ideas. Get a hold of me anytime. Call or text 305-900-BEND. That is 305-900-2363. Or drop an email to bendradioshow@gmail.com. Joining me as always, producer, sound engineer, and co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt.
When did you move me into the co-host chair?
You just never realized it. You always were there. I just didn't let you talk much.
I know I was always there. You just never called me co-host before.
I'm trying to make you feel good.
So glad to be here, Rebecca.
Oh my gosh, we should totally do a set where we act very professional and polished.
Good luck with that.
Exactly. That would mean you'd have to take the toothpick out.
I got what you did there. I didn't even know that I had that toothpick in.
Yeah. So catching up with us and our outfit, we did get to do a little bit of a road trip the other day. You know, you talk about destination weddings have kind of become a thing in the last couple of years. You know, people make us jealous when they send pictures of their island weddings or something up in the mountains.
Do you think you could rent a whole island?
Yes, you can.
I forgot who I'm asking this to. So you can confirm this, that an island could be rented for X amount of time?
Yes, an island can be bought as well. Are you thinking about letting me have the checkbook, sell off some other stuff, and okay, I won't go down that road.
Honey,
All
you're
right.
lucky if you get Legos for Christmas, much less your own island.
Well, we did head to a destination wedding of our own, and it was out in the Badlands. Let me tell you, a great time of year to be visiting the Badlands. Beautiful.
The Badlands is kind of a special place in our heart because it's an area where you and I grew up. Your family's outfit is just on the edge of the Badlands, so it's kind of special to us. We grew up with it.
It is. And there's something mystical about the Badlands. When you get out there, the different ruggedness that you can see in the variations in the soil. If you've never been to the Badlands, it's just a part of the world. You got to take some time and do it.
You know what? If you do get a chance to come up to the Badlands, give us a call. We will meet you out there. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, it would be.
Some of your listeners, I guess it depends how many. I mean, we can't do it every week, but, you know, if you're coming up to the Badlands, call us. We'll meet you out there.
And you know what was really cool, actually, what some folks said, you know, and it's not just us, the celebrities you might find trekking around the Badlands. The other week, celebrities, Dax Shepard and his wife, Kristen Bell, if you're familiar with them, they're kind of known for their movies.
You had to explain who they were.
Well,
because the one guy's on the ranch, right? On Netflix?
Well, Dax Shepard was just on it for like brief. He otherwise...
Well, I don't keep up with Hollywood.
He's on every week on a celebrity TV show that's a game show, as well as his wife, Kristen Bell. And Kristen Bell, she was famous for being in the movie Saving Sarah Marshall.
Right.
Well, last week, they came through the Badlands and ended up spending almost a week tootling around both of the Dakotas and venturing with their kids through the Badlands. So there you go. Now we just gave a plug. Come visit the Badlands. Other things on our table as it's getting into fall. Tigger and I were surprised the other day. We were just kind of having a lazier day. It was a lazier Sunday. And unbeknownst to us, all of a sudden, our deck became kind of the family social event of the day. We had no plans for this. And it was pretty cool. And it reminded us how neat it is for people to just stop in and say, howdy do.
Back in the day, that was very common.
That's how I grew up.
We've mentioned that several times, that our folks on Sundays would go get together with the neighbors, play cards, and mine did all the time.
Mine did too. So it was pretty special. And
take the time to do that. I learned that from you. Have had to get me to slow down, to take the time to enjoy just those little bit. We got to see every one of your family members.
As well as your parents.
That's right, even my folks.
We just kept the coffee pot going all day long and had some great conversations with everybody we love. Now, as I'm wrapping things up here, a little bit what's been going on in our outfit, Gardening practices have been changing a little bit. Yes, temperatures are starting to change. We're getting ready for fall. And let's just be real. Tigger and I, if you've been following us along with our gardening ventures, know that we had some issues with growing our broccoli this year. First time we ever grew broccoli. And, of course, we ended up...
Hold on. We didn't have issues growing it.
It got huge.
It was keeping it alive that we had problems with. It got to a certain point, and then all of a sudden,
Well, keeping it alive because it became infested
That's what I mean.
with little black jumping, I think they call them black jumping fleas.
Little flea beetles, is that
yes,
what they were
little
called?
black flea beetles that were jumping, and they bit and they itched when they bit you.
And they make a clicking sound. You could hear them. They're hard. They're the size of a pinhead.
Yeah.
They're really small and they're hard, and they make a clicking sound because they pop everywhere they.
Exactly. Well, they took over our broccoli. We tried all kinds of different remedies, some pesticides, different things to get rid of them, and finally we pulled them out, and I planted mums.
And a lot of you, because I know you went on Facebook, and a lot of you listening sent us messages and said, try this and try this. Why don't you try this? Try this on that. And we tried everything, and unfortunately, nothing worked. So the broccoli, we're just going to have to go to the grocery store to get it.
Yep. We're giving up on that one. I don't think I'm going to try broccoli again next year. So, like I said, we've planted the mums. Bring on fall. Our first story takes us to Iceland. Tigger, you're going to want to do a face palming action on your face right now. You know, one of those, please, why?
One of those dope moments.
Well, here it is. A tourist did something both sticky and stupid at an Icelandic volcano. An unidentified tourist climbed to the top of an Iceland volcano so that they could roast marshmallows. The volcano was in the process of erupting when the tourist walked over near the edge and began roasting his marshmallows. Of course, other tourists stood back, took pictures, and feel free to do a little Google on this, and you will see many viral videos on such events.
I'm pretty sure he roasted his marshmallows all right.
Back to the United States.
So is there actual pictures of him roasting marshmallows?
Yeah, there are.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
All right, heading back to the United States. Colorado. We've got a couple here in Colorado that happened recently. A snake recently had to be rescued at the Northern Colorado Wildlife Center.
You got to love that one.
Why would you rescue a snake? Anyway, the snake ate a pair of golf balls because it thought the balls were chicken eggs. The serpent then got stuck in a fence because of the balls, of course, stuck in his body now. Staffers got the snake to cough up the balls eventually and save its life.
I'm surprised you even wanted to do one about a snake.
The jobs people get paid to do. That's all I can say.
Not enough money.
All right, here's another one in Colorado. We head to Steamboat Springs, Colorado, where a man was sleeping and at 2 a.m. was woken when a 400-pound bear flipped the lever on his front door and walked in. The bear casually...
In his camper or what?
His house.
Oh, in his house.
His house.
Okay, he's in his house. The bear opened the door.
And walked in.
Okay.
The bear casually strolled into the kitchen where it began munching on dog food.
No danger there.
The homeowner woke up, grabbed his firearm, and thankfully did so as he did indeed have to shoot and kill the bear as the bear charged him in his own house.
So he had to take the bear down.
He did. Thankfully, the homeowner was not injured.
Okay, that was kind of a serious one.
There you go.
You know, when you
Nothing
go
wrong with
hunting
being locked and loaded.
in Montana, it always makes me a little it does. It makes me nervous when I send her out the door because you start telling stories about bears and all this kind of stuff, and I make you take about 47 firearms and strap them to your legs and everywhere.
That's because I am hunting in grizzly country, so yes, we are all very well prepared. Now, north to Michigan. This one has me chuckling. Let's just put it this way. I'd say the ex-wife has the last laugh on this one. Ex-wife's famous chicken restaurant. Have you heard about it? A divorced-themed chicken restaurant has opened in Michigan called Ex-Wife's Famous Chicken Restaurant. The restaurant has sandwiches named the basic chicken, the hot chicken, the wild chicken, the boogie chicken, and the mellow chicken with a kids menu called child support. Well, the side dishes are also called side chicks. The chicken tenders are called Love Me Tenders, and the restaurant's signature sauce is called Rebound Sauce.
I would imagine this place is hopping just because people said, you gotta go see, what is this called? Ex-wife's famous chicken restaurant.
I know. I think just by hearing about it, you almost want to make a road trip just to check this out. All right, that's a wrap for now on our news. When we come back, have you ever thought about ditching your current job, especially the 9-to-5 type, and taking up one in the outdoors full time? We have a guest joining us that did just that. Plus, we have more great stories to share that you only hear on The Bend. Stay where you are. We'll be right back.
OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org, a nonprofit providing veterans and active service members with opportunities to hunt and fish at no cost to them. For more information or to donate, check out OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org.
Again, that's OverTheEdgeOutdoors.org. Waterfowl, turkey, deer, ToxicCalls.com offers all of the various styles of calls needed to take your hunt to the next level when you create quite simply the most real sound yet. American made to boot. Order today, ToxicCalls.com.
The calendar has been marked, your aim is on point, and all that's missing is a close to take you to the next level. TheTellyOutdoors.com specializes in clothes that fits, wicks, and move silently while providing comfort and durability. TheTellyOutdoors.com.
Cowboys.
You got it. I'm pro rodeo announcer Jeff Tigger Erhardt. Join me September 9th through the 11th at the Quentin Burdick Sports Arena in Devils Lake, North Dakota for the Devils Lake Shootout Rodeo. Can't make the action? No problem. Watch live on darntv.com. Brought to us in part by the World Champions Rodeo Alliance, Abrahamson Rodeo Company, and Darn TV. September 9th through the 11th in Devils Lake, North Dakota.
National Day Calendar, where the world celebrates every day. We are the official National Day Calendar that covers all of our favorite things in life. Subscribe today to National Day Calendar and never miss a reason to celebrate every day.
Joining me today is Angie Scott. She is the creator, host of the podcast, The Woman Angler and Adventurer. Angie, thank you for coming aboard. By the way, her and I have been following each other for a very long time, I would say, on social media. She's been putting out a show for quite a while. I think she's already on 250 plus episodes. So I would say she's been paving the way for many of us in the radio world, podcasting world, all of that. Angie, welcome to the show. Question for you. How did a Minnesota girl end up in Tennessee?
Well, I kind of had a crossroads after I graduated high school. I was like, do I want to go into the outdoors because I have a passion for the outdoors, but I also had a passion for music, and ultimately music won out. And so I went to the University of Minnesota for a couple of years before I realized that down in Nashville, there were actually schools that had music business programs. And I was like, well, that makes way more sense than what I'm trying to do. So I transferred down to Nashville and worked in the music industry for 16 years. And
wow. Okay. Respect.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And it was cool and fun, but I got tired of sitting behind a desk all day. I worked for a booking agency that booked concerts, and I was like, you know what? I miss the outdoors. So I got my captain's license, and I started the Woman Angler and Adventure podcast. And one thing's kind of led to another, and now my entire life is just all about basically being on the water, boating, and fishing.
Okay, how many people just got a little jealous right there that is her life? Curious, have you always had a boat, or was it hard to get your captain's license?
So when I grew up in Minnesota, we went out fishing a lot as a family, walleye, panfish, pike, all that kind of stuff. And so to get your captain's license, you have to have a certain amount of time logged up being on the water. Mm-hmm. The thing is you can go back all the way to when you were I think it's 14 years old. And so all that time I spent with my dad, and you don't even have to be the one operating the boat. You just have to be on the boat. And what made it really easy is that my dad has had the same boat to this day that we had as a kid. So I only had to worry about one registration to log, one signature to sign off from my dad on that boat. And then when I got my own boat here in Nashville, I was out as often as I possibly could. So I was able to log those hours and get my captain's license that way. So I was very fortunate. It was a lot easier for me than I think it is for some people.
Wow. Okay, you just opened a whole door where I know even myself. Now I'm going, wait a second. I can count those hours as a kid as, pastime in the, in the boat. That is really cool. Okay, so I think all of us are going to be researching a little bit of that now, knowing that door's just been opened. But now off air, we were kind of talking about it because you just had mentioned how, you changed gears. You went from having the office job, that kind of a career lifestyle, to completely doing like a 360, going back to your roots, into the outdoors. And you took this on full-fledged. I mean, if I remember right, I think off air, you were telling me you also live in a houseboat.
Yeah, so I was still working in the music industry at the time when I bought the houseboat, but I think that really also was a catalyst to me wanting to make the shift, because I would have to commute from downtown Nashville to the lake and not get home until 7:20 at night, and everybody on the dock was already, going boating and doing this and that, and I'm like, man, I'm missing out. I need to reconfigure my life so I can really enjoy this a little bit more. And so that was a big catalyst for me, getting the houseboat, being out here, and just wanting to be out on the water every chance I get.
Okay, your story is very inspiring. I don't care, man, woman, kid growing up, they're going, wait, what? And you, like we've both changed careers throughout our lives. And I was curious, what kind of advice would you give somebody that's kind of sitting there going, maybe I want to make a livelihood out of the outdoors?
I say just go for it. I have a quote. I did a podcast with Al Lindner, the famous angler up in Minnesota. And that was one thing he told me. He said, you know what, you just got to go for it. And he's like, and you're doing it. And look what's happening. Life is short. And sometimes you got to take chances and put everything in, to you, whatever your passion and dream is. And if it doesn't work out, you can always go back to, find another day job or whatever. But if you don't try, then you're just left wondering, what if?
Awesome. For those that want to catch the show, The Woman Angler and the Adventure, or to keep up with you, how's the best way to do that?
So you can go to the website, which is simply thewomanangler.com, or on any of your favorite podcast apps, you can just search for The Woman Angler and it should pop right up. You can subscribe and follow that way. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, so check it out.
I got to give kudos to Angie and everybody for that fact. When they can follow their passions, their dreams, do whatever they want to do, and make a full-time career and a job out of it. Doesn't matter if you're fishing boat captain, if you're doing radio shows, if you're farming, if you're ranching, driving. I don't care what you're doing. Kudos to anybody that can do it. So my hat is off to Angie.
Yes, thank you. And you know what? To top that off, Angie had me on her show recently as well. And it was a little different being on the other side of the mic, being interviewed.
Was that hard?
It was.
Because you've never really, I guess a few years ago, I introduced you and kind of interviewed you. But other than that, you've been in the driver's seat. You've been.
Exactly. It was pretty interesting to actually now be on the other side and have somebody interview me and ask me about my past, how I got into the outdoors.
Okay, so there's the opportunity to get to know Beck a little bit more on a more intimate level.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you say nice things about me? Did you even talk about me? Did you bring me up?
You may have been mentioned once. Once, my co-host.
I get it.
That's about all.
I understand.
But yeah, by the way, if you'd like to grab that interview that I did with Angie on her show, be sure to head to thewomanangler.com and you'll see her latest episode. It features moi.
The Woman Angler, THE has to be in there, thewomanangler.com, correct?
You got it.
All right.
Stick with us after the break. We have more fun stories you only hear right here on The Bend.
It's all about you. This is Michelle with About You Photography. Super excited to be the official photographer of Tigger and Beck. Other than the ranch, photography and design is what I do for a living. From rodeo and Western sports to the elegant to the tasteful, artistic, beautiful, and private, we can take care of whatever you're needing. If I can make Tigger look good, imagine what I can do for you. Get a hold of me for all of your photography needs, from custom shoots to stock photos.
Buckstorm Hunts offering Black Hills guided rifle and archery hunts on over 1 million acres for deer and turkey, and for South Dakota residents, elk and bighorn sheep too. Hunts are limited. Book a hunt today. Head to buckstormhunts.com.
Little Rack Taxidermy. Be it a youth's first hunt or a trophy of a lifetime, let it be something you always remember.
Reach out to Little Rack Taxidermy on Facebook and have Heather bring back that natural look. That's Little Rack Taxidermy.
Join the Celebration Nation. Never miss another national day. From National Pretzel Day to Junk Food Day, be notified about contests, coupons, and prize opportunities. NationalDayCalendar.com. Never miss a reason to celebrate every day.
Add a little heat to those burgers and brats. Add some Mickey's Mustard or some Mickey's Hot Mustard to your summer cooking. Ain't nothing like it. Mickey's Mustard. That's Mickey'sMustard.com. Mickey's Mustard.
Want to give a quick shout out to one of our fans and listeners of the show, Tom in Western South Dakota. He was texting me after last week's show, and I was talking about throwing some of your zucchini in with, say, a brine that you'd use usually for refrigerator pickles, instead trying to use that with your zucchini and making it like zucchini pickled zucchini spears. He said, don't forget about the jalapenos and the habaneros. Toss them in there too. And he threw this out. He heard that the hot peppers help fight cancer. Now, if that's true, I'm all over that one.
Absolutely.
Here's some news you just don't hear everywhere. United Kingdom, a beer-drinking pony has become the mayor of a town in England.
Your favorite pony of everybody.
The pony, named Patrick, and his owners are regulars at a local Irish pub called the Drum Inn. Hundreds of people signed a petition calling for the horse Patrick to be appointed mayor of the city. Patrick and his owners spend their days visiting hospitals, recovery groups, and schools, and it was felt in this small village that Patrick had become an essential part of the town, so they officially named him mayor, a position that had been vacant since 2019.
So let me get this right. Patrick drinks a bunch of beer, is the mayor, Patrick is a horse, and he goes and he visits the children.
You got it.
What country is this?
The UK.
I am moving to the UK.
Here's one last one. Ohio. Guilty reader returns a 50-year-old book to the library. An Ohio Public Library recently received a book that was stolen from them 50 years ago. Tarzan and the Tarzan Twins was mailed back to the library with a note that read, "To whomever receives this, I am returning this book, which was not checked out, but was taken from the Cincinnati Public Library in or about 1972, 1973. I was a young teen then. Anyway, I trust you will find it in good condition." The library plans to place the book back into circulation. And that is your feel-good features for today. Hope you enjoyed them. Folks, if you have a field update, a topic we should investigate, a different recipe, or a tale of your own to share, send it this way. Call, text 305-900-BEND. That is 305-900-2363, or email bendradioshow@gmail.com. Social media, we are everywhere there too. Facebook and Instagram. Follow us at A with the Circle, The Bend Show. Thank you to my producer, sound engineer, co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt, and to Tom from South Dakota. Thanks for listening and giving us the tip on throwing in those hot peppers. And to our guest, Angie Scott, host of the podcast, The Woman Angler and Adventure. Be sure to give her show a listen. You can find it on all of your favorite podcasting apps. Simply search The Woman Angler, and she's on social media, of course, too. I sat down on her latest episode, so tune it in and learn a little bit more about me as it was my turn to be interviewed. Again, catch and follow Angie Scott, The Woman Angler and Adventurer. As you all keep making these memories this fall, especially as hunting season and autumn festivities get underway, be sure to keep sending in those pictures by email and always tagging at The Ben Show on social media. We love hearing and sharing your life with you, whether you're on or off the trail, in the tractor seat, or tackling that next chapter from a new outdoors hobby to ranching to hunting, or to just trying to make it through the week. We want to see it all. We want to see and hear those memorable moments. Missed this episode? Find all our shows on the website, thebendshow.com. Again, that's thebendshow.com. And be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app. Booking events now. Change things up and have us, Tigger and Beck, help you with your event. From MCs to entertainment to acting as the host couple, let us make your gathering extra special. From ranching to rodeo, cattle, hunting, fishing, camping, and so much more, we have lots to share and lots of laughs to have. Thank you to our partners, Untitled Outdoors, thewomanangler.com, Buckstorm, Little Rack Taxidermy, Mickey's Mustard, ToxicCalls.com, Wabalo Creek Outfitters, Atlas Tracks, Ranch House Coffee, RFD TV, and the Cowboy Channel. Finally, a big thanks to all of you listeners that came along. And whether you are coming or going today, stay with us as we ranch it up. Remember to keep up with me, Beck, all week long by following The Bend on Facebook and on Instagram at The Bend Show. This has been Rebecca Wanner. Catch Beck if you can next week on The Bend.